My name is James from the Patrician Secondary School in Newbridge. This video is to show the progress of the Well Read Award in our school. So far, we've already seen a massive difference around the school, and the reading couches are proving very popular. We hope to achieve this award in May. Enjoy the video.
Wendy, you were the first year class to read 1 million words, and you enjoyed pizza.
Did you enjoy the Million Word Initiative?
I did.
What did you read?
I read Wilderness for Running There.
Did you enjoy the Million Word Initiative?
I did.
What did you read?
I read Wilderness by Roddy Doyle.
Would it encourage you to read more?
Yes, I would.
Did you enjoy the pizza?
This is Evan, a student in our school. Have you noticed any changes around the school recently?
Yeah, the reading really improved the facilities around the school.
Do you think reading is a good thing to do?
Yeah, it improves your literature and English skills.
And what's your favourite book?
Harry Potter.
Okay. I'm with school captain David Strojan, and this is about the Well Read project here in our school. What is your understanding of the Well Read Award?
Well, to me, the Well Read Award is an initiative to promote reading within schools and to get students involved with reading and exploring their interests in different types of literature.
And do you think it has been effective so far?
Yeah, I definitely think it's been very effective. Students seem to be engaging in it really, really well, and they're getting involved with different reading clubs being set up by teachers, and they're discussing what books they're reading, and there's competitions on to see who can read the most number of words or the most number of books throughout the week. So yeah, it's been very good.
And do you have any ideas on how you could promote more reading in the school?
Well, as I say, there's been groups set up by teachers for reading within the school, so I think maybe more targeted reading groups. So for instance, we have graphic novel group at the moment, so maybe if we had a group that was interested in, say, history books or just different groups like that, yeah.
And do you have a favourite book yourself?
Well, I really enjoyed reading All Quiet on the Western Front because I'm really interested in reading books about wars and interesting things like that, yeah.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Thanks very much.
This is Miss Kelly, teacher in our school. Miss, what's your involvement in the Well Read Award?
I joined the teacher committee that Miss Martin set up, and I joined the staff book club, and I was involved in setting up the reading club for 5th years and a few of the front hall displays, including the Christmas tree made out of books.
Are you enjoying the experience so far?
Yeah, I am. It's really got the staff talking about books and students talking about books and reading, and it's great to see an environment being created where books are positive.
What are you reading at the moment?
I am reading The Mark and the Void by Paul Murray.
Any ideas for the future of the Well Read Award?
Yeah, I'd like to develop the reading clubs more so you can involve more students in the 5th year one, and I'd like to create maybe another display area somewhere else in the school that isn't seen as by as many people.
Lastly, I have to ask you, what's your favourite book?
My favourite book is The Book Thief.
I'm Miss Healy, an English and history teacher in the school here.
What is your involvement in the Well Read Award?
My involvement with the Well Read Award is on the committee with Miss Martin, so I'm helping to come up with ideas that can spread around the school to encourage reading. So I've helped to set up these reading zones that we're sitting at now, and come up with other ideas like the Read a Million Word competition for first years. I've also given over time in my English classes to encourage reading in the classroom and help come up with ideas for books for the staff book club as well.
Are you enjoying the experience?
Yes, I am. I love reading. It's one of my favourite things to do, so I'm passionate about promoting literacy in the school, so of course I'm enjoying anything that would help with that part.
What are you reading at the moment?
At the moment, I'm reading Tender. It's by an Irish writer called Belinda McKeown, and it's about two students in Dublin in the 1990s. And one of the students is gay, and it's his difficulty in coming out to his parents and how he deals with that, and it's really enjoyable.
Any ideas for the future of Well Read Word?
Well, I've been trying to come up with new ideas for February, and at the moment I'm thinking Fiction Friday on Februaries would be a good one for English teachers to do in their class, and possibly also maybe setting up a parent book club for parents of students who are interested in reading, that maybe we can meet up with them, arrange a book club to get started to promote reading outside of the school as well.
And what's your favourite book?
My favourite novel is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, which I'm reading with my 5th years at the moment.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
This is an interview with Miss Martin about the Well Read project. How did you get involved with the Well Read project?
Oh yeah, that's a very good question. I attended a literacy conference last April in Dublin, and there was a lecture about this award from the PDST, and I thought it might be something that would really suit this school because we don't have a library, and as an English teacher I felt that it would be a great idea to try to improve the whole idea of reading in the patricians, the idea of reading for enjoyment, and I just thought that it would be a great idea for the school.
Okay. What activities have you done so far?
Well, so far we have done quite a lot. We have made some display areas around the school. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah.
We did at the beginning. The first one we did was a got caught reading, where we took pictures. We asked all the teachers of what they were reading, and the students took pictures of the teachers and some other staff of what they were reading, just to try to show the students that everybody reads, adults read, young people read, that it's a really normal thing to do, it's a good thing to do. And then we did another one after that, another display, the Christmas tree, the Christmas reading tree, do you remember at the front hall at Christmas time? Yeah, that was good one, yeah. And other things we did, I contacted the parents and we met with the Parents Association. We have a Parents Association meeting. We started a committee of teachers that would be interested in this, steering committee. So we meet maybe once a month and we discuss our future plans. We also set up reading groups. We have a TY reading group for a book to film group. We have a 5th year reading group that's very successful. We have a graphic novel group that's very good, and we're looking at doing a 6th year one for newspapers. We're just reading newspapers. They are some of our ideas at the moment. I think that's all we've done so far. Oh, we have a staff book club as well. It's very successful.
It's been good so far, so.
It's been very good so far.
And what are your future plans?
The future plans, well, we feel that maybe now from January to June that we'd like to get more students involved and students organising things. Like, students are involved at the moment, but we feel that maybe your voice needs to be tapped into a little bit more and ask you, what do you like reading and what do you think would work in the school, and not just a few beanbags like we did and the couches and all that. They're really good things, but we feel your voice is important for 2016.
And what book are you reading at the moment?
At the moment, I just finished reading a book called Broken by Karen Fossum. I was reading it for the staff book club, which I really disliked.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
But that was good. You're allowed to dislike a book.
Yeah.
Like, it was awful, but we all talked about how awful it was.
And do you have a favourite book?
My favourite book is really hard, you know. I love all the books, nearly, personally, yeah. But I suppose a favourite book from a long time ago, or a long-standing favourite book, would be Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I did in school and I still like it, but I suppose I haven't learned.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, thanks.
So So we're here with Mr. O'Leary, the principal of the school. What do you think about the Well Read Award?
Well, I think the Well Read Award has been an absolutely fantastic idea. It has got people talking, working together, and I suppose the one thing I really like about it is that it has been very, very inclusive, that it brings everybody in from the whole school community. I can certainly see its impact right across the whole community. We have parents involved, students involved, and teachers involved. There's a benefit for everybody in the school community. You know, it has really brightened the place up as well. You can see that there is a focus on literature and books, and right across the whole school. So I certainly think it has been a fantastic idea, and something I think will grow more and more in the school as well.
Why is reading so important?
Well, to me, and I suppose as school principal, the one thing I see about reading and its impact on literacy skills is that it is the gateway to the whole curriculum. You know, no matter what subject you're talking about, whether it is maths, science, geography, history, good literacy skills means that you have better access to the curriculum, and it means that you're going to achieve higher and perform better when it comes to exams in the end. But I think when you develop good literacy skills as well, I think students enjoy their learning more as well. So even apart from that, I think reading is very important for well-being of students. You know, it's a way of relaxing, it's a way of generating conversation with other people. So definitely I see it has a major impact on the achievement levels in the school, but it's also going to have an impact on people's well-being and their ability to relax and to relate to each other as well.
So what are you reading at the moment?
At the moment I've just finished reading Niall Breslin's book, you know, Bressie from The Voice, one of the judges on that song competition, and his book is called Me and My Friend Jeffrey, and I suppose it outlines the struggles he has had as a student in secondary school, as a young adult, and now as a mature adult. He has outlined his problems with anxiety and panic attacks, and I suppose it does relate very much to what we deal with in school as well with young people and the anxiety that they have over certain things. But what I like about the book as well is that the way he has learned to cope with this, you know, it's a bit of an inspiration for everyone else who has mental issues, that there is a way out, but it is very, very hard work. And, you know, to get out at the end of anxiety and panic, and I think if anyone reads this book, they'll get a great sense of hope from it, that even if you still have anxiety issues and panic attacks, that you can learn to deal with them and still live your life fully with them as well.
Lastly, what's your favourite book?
I suppose my favourite book is a maths book, because I'm so involved in maths for so many years. That's no big surprise. And the book is called Fermat's Last Theorem, and it was written by Simon Singh. Now, Fermat's Last Theorem, Fermat himself was a famous mathematician who he came up with a theorem and only wrote the theorem on the side of his notes, but never left a proof. And so all of the mathematical world spent 358 years trying to come up with a proof for Fermat's Last Theorem. Now, what I like about the book is that it goes back to maths, you know, over 2,000 years ago, and brings you right through the history of maths and the struggles that people had as regards developing all the mathematical theories that we take for granted today, but all the struggles and the effort that they had. And I suppose it's all about people's personalities. Any book that I would consider to be my favourite book would have to be a factual book. It has to be about real life people. I have to say that I'm not so much into fiction. I like to read books that relate to people's lives, and especially books about mathematicians, because I can relate it to an awful lot of work that I myself have been involved in over the years.
That's great, thanks very much.
This is Mr. Brown, and he has set up the graphic novel club here in our school. What have you done with the Well Read Award so far?
With the Well Read Award, first thing I did, as you say, was set up the graphic novel club. The way it works is that we provide a certain amount of comics, and the school has ordered a certain amount of graphic novels and comics for the students to read. The students can come along and read it if they wish at lunchtime. It's great because a lot of them come along, they might talk to me about them, or they might borrow some of mine. And those I have at home, so they can borrow some and then they can read them also. And just to encourage them to sit down and read them when they get a chance. And most of them will go on and read some in their own time then. So,
So they have a good time there.
yeah.
Has the Well Read Award been effective so far, do you think?
Yeah, I think it has been effective. We only started in the school in September, and there's a reading club I think for each year group. I think each English teacher is aware of trying to increase awareness in the students of reading, not just for the award, but in terms of encouraging them to read books, and other teachers have been made aware of it too. Some of the displays, like the Christmas tree they had with the metal books, and some of the displays for Halloween and things like that, they definitely just raise awareness, because I think a lot of people have things like Maths Week and Science Week, and I think it's good that there's, even though it's not just the English department, it's good that the Well Read Award encourages people to read the whole year round and gives them the option when the mood strikes them to come in whatever weekend and drop in and read a book.
And what's your favourite book?
My favourite book? My three favourites that I can't pick between are Catcher in the Rye, Ulysses, and Brideshead Revisited.
Okay, good. And what do you like about the graphic novels?
What I like about them is pictures. No, I like that the stories in them are actually quite good, and that when you open them up you don't expect them to be, some people might expect them to be a bit childish, but some of the ones can be quite literary, so they can be just as good as reading a novel, but it's another way of experiencing it if the art's quite good in it. Like some of the Batman ones are quite good. I know when I was in college there was a few that we studied as part of our course,